Hi guys, McClone here. Hope you're doing well. Should you hire a property manager? Absolutely not. Never. Don't ever do it. I swear to God, don't ever do it. Well, I'm a little jaded. Hold out as long as you can, in my opinion. Hold out as long as you can. Why? What's the why behind it? Because it's a lot of money every month. You're losing when you add it up. You start having multiple properties. But the bigger piece of the pie is this. If you want to be a baller and you want to be a player in the investment rental space, manage your properties early on to learn about the business. It's going to help you in every aspect of your business. So where's it going to help you? You're going to set up your vendor pool. Plumbers, drywallers, cabinet guys, carpet guys, bathroom guys, marble, tile. You're going to set up those relationships with those vendors in that area. Let's say you're doing a full rehab of a property you bought. You're going to go to the job site. You're going to sit there. You're going to watch them do the project. You're going to watch them work. How long it takes them to do it. Where they buy their materials from. You're going to go with them to buy the materials. Set up relationships with those people. That's how you do it. And you learn so much on the site, how long certain projects takes based on the square footage, let's say, of the bathroom. So you know when they come back it took 2.6 hours. Oh, no, it didn't. So you know after years of doing it. And you want to get into the space, you're going to learn so much from managing your own vendor pools, setting it up, going to the job site. It's very time consuming, I know, but you're going to learn a lot. If you're in real estate helping other clients, you're a broker agent, you're going to have, you're going to see things that other people don't see when you're showing properties and looking for properties based on their needs and wants. So it's just a win-win all around. Now, the two things you need to consider is, man, my time is too valuable, Tim, and you can't put a price on time. And, I got bigger and better things to do, man. I got bigger and better things to do. I don't have time for this. Well, mine are pretty high. I work 40 hours a week and manage property on the weekends. Some people will say, well, I'm day trading 20 hours a week and I got 3 properties, I can't do it. I'd be like, oh, okay, man. What are you wasting a month on that? So time and bigger and better things to do. Can you justify doing it yourself? And that's what you got the time. Okay, I got the time. I'm not doing bigger and better things right now. I'm focused on this. I can justify it. So can you justify it? And I think you can really stretch it if you're creative. So let me give an example of creativity. If I'm managing a property in Tennessee, which I am, and let's say outside Austin, I've never had to go there. What do? I set up a vendor pool in those areas. I also fly out there initially and I interview these people and I talk to them. And I set up a relationship. Let's say out of all the people that I got the plumber, I got a door guy, I got a garage guy, whatever it might be, and I say, the plumber, he's the guy I got the relationship with. I'm going to have him go check on the property if it needs be, and if he gets a call, he can go over there, and he'll be the lead on the property. How am I going to take care of him? Well, I'm in a different situation. I have access to tickets for ball games, basketball, baseball, concerts, and I take care of him that way. Restaurants. I'd rather every now and then give a nice gift certificate to a restaurant where I know people that work at restaurants anyway. It doesn't cost me much. Rather than paying a constant fee every month, and many months the property manager is never going to go over there. And I can tell you, working in this business, a lot of property managers never visit the properties, working on a board for rent mediation and visiting properties in the city of Los Angeles, seeing what people do and how landlords run their buildings, and the property manager is never there for the tenants. So set up your vendor network, whatever city it is or wherever you're in, and set up a relationship with someone. I also have a good friend in every city I live in, one in particular, and that friend checks on the property for me, and I just take care of him. He's such a good friend. He's like, don't worry about it. So I have that set up. So he keeps an eye on the property, make sure I'm not blowing the roof off with parties or whatever. Or if the tenant freaks out and needs some help, he can go over there and help them. So I do it that way. And it's all about communication. That's the most invaluable skill you can have. Some people aren't good at it. I pride myself in being a good communicator. You can go to all the classes you want. Needs-based selling, solution selling, spin selling. Ooh, what quadrant are you in? Are you an amiable? Are you a driver? I've had all that training. Etiquette training, how to hold your fork and knife, how to sit up all straight. At the end of the day, let me tell you this, people, either you have it or you don't. You can improve a technique in a class and a skill, but some people are born communicators and just have an energy about them to communicate. Am I putting myself in that corner? Yeah, I love talking to people. Love it. I'll sit in a restaurant all night and talk to someone about anything. Everyone. Ask anyone who knows me, I'll go up to anyone, just start rapping with them. It's about an energy in the room and just meeting people. I love that. So I love dealing with tenants. I love dealing with people. A lot of people say, with money that I know I would never deal with a tenant. I don't want to deal with it. No, I just want to deal with my stocks and that's it. Okay, I get it. You got funny money, you don't want to deal with it. You got property managers for everything. I don't care. I don't like being ripped off. So set up your vendor network whenever city your property's in or the city that you're in, and get a believer in you that you trust that you can have go over there and look at it occasionally if you have to. But if you're within 2 hours of the property, do it yourself. You know, if you're so busy with those properties within 2 hours, I get it. You got other things going on, then have a property manager. Okay, I get it. But that leaves the other side of the pendulum. How do you keep the property manager honest, where they're juicing in the 10 to 15% in the repair bills? You just get an itemized deduction. Anytime they do a repair, send it to me. And I get a weekly report on some of the properties, so I know what's going on, what they did. Let me know, just even if you didn't do a repair or anything, just send it to me. What's going on? Were you over there? Based on what we set up, you're supposed to be over there every week, every month. No. So they know, ooh, I got to send Tim an email, let him know what I'm doing. Because when you don't do that, they get soft and they get weak and they start cutting corners and they start stealing. So you got to stay on your property managers. And the other reason I didn't hire is my expectations are very high. From screening tenants, which is the most important thing you can do, to interviewing tenants. I've had one eviction in 11 years, and I pride myself on that, and that was a horrendous eviction, and I'll do a video on that. But screening the tenants is so important. The photography, and my expectations are so high. I've met management companies outside the country, they seem to do a really good job, but just these management companies, I've had to pick certain ones. I'd rather do the photography with my guy. I would rather screen the tenants, and that's what I do to this day. I'll go out there and fly and screen a tenant if I have to. For a luxury property, I trust this property, this management company down in Mexico. They got it covered. They're doing a great job. But bottom line is, you got to stay on your property managers and on a weekly, monthly basis so they're honest. Okay? So to recap, you're starting out in the game, do it yourself. You're going to learn so much about the business and setting up a vendor pool. You're doing multi-state property and other things. Get a good relationship with a vendor that you can trust. And you may need to call every now and then to go look at the property and check on it for you. I have those relationships set up in cities, and I take care of those vendors on the side. Absolutely 100%. I have some friends that keep an eye on my stuff as well, and I take care of them on the side as well. And now that I have to have property managers, that comes to the interviewing. Just like you're interviewing a tenant and setting the expectations, what's expected, and how you're going to be keeping an eye on them and watching, and they know their feet are going to be held to the fire, and they're going to be on edge. You want to have a little fear in these people so they know they screw you over. They're going to feel the McClone wrath. And that's all it takes. A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to deal with it. They don't like, maybe you could call it confrontation. Maybe I like it a little too much. But it's just about being honest with people and setting expectations and being direct. And I'm a very direct person. And that, some people like that, some people don't. But when it comes to business, I know how to manage my tenants. And I treat my tenants with respect. And that leads to another thing. If your units are phenomenally well taken care of, and I see a lot of landlords that have horrible looking units, my units are top notch when I redo them. Top notch. And the tenants appreciate it. And I have such good relationships with my tenants that if something goes wrong, something went wrong 2 weeks ago in one of my units, the tenant called me and told me, and I go, hey, do you want a Norio to come over and fix the plumbing issue in the laundry room? She goes, Tim, we went to Home Depot and did it herself. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. Some months I've cut their rent, but some other months I didn't. I just remembered at the end of the year with their deposit and took care of them. And I don't screw people around with their deposits. I have a cleaning fee and all that, no big deal. But the tenants appreciate me so much, they'll do some of the repairs themselves. And that leads to number two, 99% of the time, I got no issues with repairs, except at some of the luxury properties when you have people coming in and staying for a week and then moving out, of course. But the long-term tenants in 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or a couple single-family homes, whatever, no problems. I don't get a call but once a year because the properties are well-maintained, taken care of, inspected, and my tenants understand me and know that I'm watching, but also know that I'm not a hawk bothering them. So that's the bottom line. Manage your own property as long as you can. And then when it's time, hire a property manager, but keep an eye on that property manager. Simple as that. I hope that helps people. Take care.